The random fox arrived at 6:30 in the evening. It looks like it's raining or snowing here, but that is actually the fog. I felt so bad as I hadn't realised she'd arrived because nobody has been turning up much before midnight at the moment anyway. Carol had taken a box of mince pies up to her room to chuck out to feed the birds. She throws the stuff out on the porch and she'd thrown the box out, which can be seen at the bottom of the screen, but the random fox is still around. She wanders backwards and forwards, unfazed by the box being there. She goes partially into the shelter and she's just generally looking around for some food. Two reasons I don't put the food out too early, especially last night, was one, because if not all the cats will come and eat it, and secondly, as it was freezing fog, I did not want the food to freeze over. Carol shouted down to me to say that she'd thrown the box out of her bedroom window, so I went out to put it in the bin. Random Fox came back shortly afterwards and was still looking for food, but obviously I didn't realise she was there, so nothing was out, bless her. She'd had enough of waiting around, so she went off. An hour and a half later, Norman has decided he wants to go out the front, but he soon runs back under the car when that vehicle comes down the road. Nothing then happened for 7 hours until the badger appeared. By this stage we'd had really heavy rain, so I'd been out and put the shelter back over the food and got absolutely soaked in the process. I'd put a lot of the chicken wings out last night on top of the raw minced chicken, and I'm not sure that the badger knew how to get to the raw minced chicken, so in the end he did take a chicken wing and ran over to the car with it, but I'm not sure if he knew what to do with it, as he kept dropping it, picking it up, dropping it, picking it up before he ran off. At 3:30 this morning the rain had stopped, so I decided to go and remove the shelter, as I know the foxes are not keen on it being there. I think more so hoping that they'd turn up and have something to eat. Half an hour later, at 4 o'clock in the morning, one of the foxes turned up. Now, I wasn't sure if it was Pip or if it was Daphne, but I want to say that I think it was Pip. Around 4 minutes later, what looks like Daphne turned up, but she ran off. Now, I want to say this is Daphne has returned again, because we know what she's like. She likes to leave her little mark in the garden, and she just has a very quick squat now and leaves a little deposit. An hour and 40 minutes later, at 10 to 6, Random Fox is back. She has a good sniff around, she looks at all the food, she sniffs all the food. She grabs one of the chicken wings and runs off with it. About 40 minutes later, she's back again, bless her. It really was a strange night last night, really nothing much happening, didn't see anybody. I don't think the weather helped, it being mating season. So they're all off doing their thing at the moment. Hopefully it will all calm down again soon and we'll start to see some of the regulars back again. With this random little girl, bless her, we know that she's had plenty to eat in the early hours. Well, not that early, it's 5-6 o'clock this morning. She's had a lot to eat. She's eating the raw minced chicken as well as taking the chicken wings with her when she runs off. I don't feel quite so bad now that I missed her at 6:30 the night before. But this seems to be happening everywhere. All those that feed foxes are not seeing them at the moment, but that will be due to the mating season. Things should settle down eventually and they'll start returning because they know where they can get their food. Now, it's just nice to know that she's had a lot to eat this morning. Quite late, really, for the foxes to be out, but it was still dark, so not a problem. But it's just, like I say, nice that she's been and we know she's eaten. And when I got up this morning, both the food bowls were totally empty, which is a good sign.